Oh, wow. I can't believe it. It's the funniest thing in the world, you know. I've done this show a couple times before, and I've never been so excited to have a certain guest in the studio tonight. You know, this is the Jeff Richards Show. I'm Jimmy Fallon, and this is cool. How you doing, Kevin? How's it going, man?
Hey, I'm all right. Thanks for having me, Jim.
Yeah, it's great to have you. You know,
Can I call you Jim instead of Jimmy?
I'd rather you do.
Okay.
I'd rather you do. You know, Jeff was so excited to talk to you. You know, you guys are old friends, and you know, here I am. But he just wanted to say hi, and he gave me some words of wisdom about you, and I'm just gonna go ahead and ask you some questions. These are questions from people that sent in questions, you know, and then I came up with a couple, and then I wrote them down on this little board over here. You can't see the board, you know, because it's in my room, not your room. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So I can see it, but you can't see it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, so you're privy to it, and I'm not, I guess. You know, so.
So where are you right now? Where are you right now?
I live in Florida now.
Oh, you're in Florida. What part of Florida?
Like the southern part, you know, the sunny part. It's on the I'm near a beach.
You're near a beach.
Not say because somebody might come and hurt me.
Who's gonna hurt you, man? No one wants to hurt you. You know what I mean? Who's gonna hurt you? You know what I mean? I couldn't be more excited.
Oh yeah, it's nice down here. I'm telling you, it's you gotta come down here. You ever been to Florida?
I've been to Florida. You know, I've been to Florida. I've stayed in Florida. You know, I've been overnight. Yeah. I've been there for weeks at a time. You know.
Yeah, weeks at a time. Then you start to get to understand what Florida's all about. It's a lot of wildlife, a lot of spiders, a lot of snakes. We have a gator in our backyard.
You have a gator like a pet?
Well, no, it's not a pet. I wouldn't pet it. It's wild.
It's wild, but is it the same gator, or is it multiple gators coming in and out? Or is it?
Name one. He comes, visits, and sits in my backyard. It's pretty crazy. It's a big gator. And everyone down here is kind of okay with it. You know, a lot of them wrestle them when they're younger, but I've never wrestled a gator. But a lot of them, you know, kind of mess with them. I would never mess with them. I just let them go, let them be.
So let me ask you this: the first time you saw the gator, were you like, "Oh my God, no way"?
I was like, "That's a gator." I hadn't seen a gator before, not up close like that, and I was like, "That's a gator." And I got close and it moved, and I thought, yeah, that's a gator.
Now,
I cannot believe, you know, that show, Alligator Show, the guy that guy used to wrestle alligators. He died. He didn't die from an alligator, but he died from a stingray.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin, yeah. Looking at a gator up close, you're like, I cannot believe that guy used to wrestle gators.
But how do you know it's a gator, though, you know?
You got to look at it really close. You can see. I mean, I've seen gators on TV, so I know it's a gator.
So you basically like compared the two.
Yeah, I've also gone to the zoo. I love the zoo.
Yeah.
And I go to the zoo and I see gators.
Let's play a game. You want to play a game?
Yeah.
You like games, right?
Love games. Yeah.
Games are like the coolest thing in the world because they're fun, you know.
Yeah, but board games and word games, I like all kinds of games.
Let's play how many eggs in the crate. Okay? Yeah. I mean, this is the crate. This is the crate right here.
Right.
Can you see that?
Well, I got a little glimpse of the corner of it, yeah.
Okay, here it is.
Okay, I see it now, yeah.
Okay? That's a crate, you know?
Right.
It's an egg crate, you know?
An egg crate, yeah, okay.
Now you have to guess how many eggs in the egg crate.
Okay. How many chances do I get?
You get one chance.
One chance. Oh, wow. I'm going to say there's two eggs in that crate.
Two eggs?
Two eggs.
That's a pretty good guess, you know?
Thanks.
So
Thanks.
let's look in the crate and let's see how many eggs there are and see if you're right.
What do I win?
You ready?
What do I win?
Well, let's not worry about that, you know?
Okay, all right.
Okay, you want to win something?
Yeah, something.
How about
What
how about
are you playing for?
how about the crate?
Okay, I'll get the crate. Yeah. That's
Okay,
fine.
let's take a look at in the egg crate.
All
See
right.
how many eggs are in the egg crate. Okay. Let's see. You can see right here. You see? It's a banana pepper, man. Come on, man.
It wasn't an egg at all.
It's a banana pepper, man. It's the coolest thing in the world, man. Look at the little banana pepper, you know?
Wow, they're little. They're really small. How do you know it's a banana pepper? I didn't know that was a banana pepper. Like,
Well, the same way you knew the alligator was an alligator, you know? You
right,
just
and not a crocodile. Yeah.
well, you know.
But a banana pepper, why do they call it banana pepper?
Look, I'm not here to answer questions, man. I don't know anything, you know. It's the coolest thing in the world.
I was kind of thinking there'd be eggs in there, but there wasn't.
No, it's a banana pepper. That's a game, though. It's a game, you know.
That's cool. That's great. You have the best games, Jim. You have the best
Thank
games
you.
on TV.
Thank you very
Your
much.
games,
You know.
That's why I watch your shows for your games.
Well, you know, people call me a game guy. You know.
Yeah, you're a game.
I'm a game guy. You know.
You're a gamer. You're a gamer.
Yeah. Come on, man. So let me ask you another question. You were in a band called. It was a boy band. It was called Together.
Yeah, back in 2000.
And I remember the music was great, you know, and you guys really had it down. It wasn't like you were doing a sketch or a joke or something. It really was like a real band. Was that what you guys were going for? And tell me about that experience.
Right. Well, we were kind of a joke, you know, to start with. I had an audition for this MTV show, and during the audition, I had to sing one of the Backstreet Boys songs. You know, I don't have a great voice, but it's serviceable. And they told me I got this part for this MTV movie. It was MTV's first movie of the week. It was actually just a regular movie, but they were going to air it on MTV, and it was their first movie ever. And it was about a fake boy band, and it just showed how boy bands were put together, and they're put together in a specific way with a lot of archetypes of, you know, that they look for, like the older brother type, which I was, and then they have a heartthrob, and then they have a little dewy-eyed youngster, and then the bad boy. These are the archetypes of all the boy bands that you ever see, and we just exaggerated each one of those archetypes and put together this band, and we got songs. Some of our producers were some of the biggest producers of the time, and we had songs like "You Plus Me Equals Us," "I Know My Calculus." Yeah, that's. It was I Know My Calculus. It says you plus me equals us.
Oh, wow.
Our other hit was the hardest part of breaking up is getting back your stuff.
But that's also true.
You know, that's why the songs were a hit. I think it's true and it's funny.
And tell me about the success of that show, and as far as people seeing and hearing the music and it catching on, because it did catch on.
You know, it caught on like hotcakes, Jim. What we ended up having was these people, well, they were primarily like 13-year-old girls. They started to believe that we were a real band, which kind of disturbed me because I in my career trajectory, I never saw myself, you know, taking a left turn and being in a real boy band. I kind of wanted to be a comedian in it, you know. So then we started to be like a real band, and then there was this pressure to release real songs, you know, like not fake joke songs, and that's where it got a little weird. And
because because it was supposed to be basically comedy, but then it became a real thing. Basically you built a fake spaceship, and then all of a sudden you're on the moon with this spaceship, you know?
Yeah. And then
you know
things
what I mean?
started turning real. Well, it's like Galaxy Quest. Remember that movie Galaxy Quest?
Yeah.
Where they were a fake Star Trek group, and then they ended up being in real things. It kind of felt a little like that. Like, we shouldn't be a real band. And I felt a little weird. It ended up being a little weird. But we faded away, you know. Unfortunately, Mikey Cuccione, he passed away at the age of 16, and that sort of devastated our band. And then we fell apart. And we had 2 albums that went gold.
You got to be kidding me.
No, both of our albums. Yeah.
That's incredible. You have a gold album in your house?
Yeah. Well, no, the record company took that. Yeah. We got kind of ripped off on our record deal. But
couldn't you go out and get another gold record, you know?
I could go buy a record and paint it gold. You know.
You going to do that?
I would.
Let me ask you another.
I'm also not sure of the numbers. They told me it was a gold record. They could have lied, though.
Let me ask you another question. Can I ask you another question? Let me ask you another question.
Go ahead.
How come some balloons pop and other balloons just like the air just slowly comes out of them, you know?
It's kind of like people. Sometimes people pop and they're out of there. And sometimes people have a slow fade. I don't know. I think it depends on how, the nozzle at the end, how much air gets out of there and how fast the air gets out of there. Poke it with a pin, boom, you're out.
But how many people poke balloons with pins, you know?
I like to do that. Just because I like to pop.
But do you do it?
Sometimes, yeah. We just had some balloons for New Year's. And they had a lot of helium in them. And when they were kind of done, I popped them with a pin. And then,
oh, my God.
It went pop, pop.
Oh, my God.
And I really liked it.
Oh, my God. That's like the coolest thing in the world. What color were the balloons? Were they a variety of colors?
They were gold. They were gold.
Gold balloons, like the record.
Yeah, but yeah. I just wish I had a gold record. But they told me it was gold. But I know I saw the gold balloons. They were real.
Have you ever been on a roller coaster?
Yeah.
Which one?
Not in a long time, though. Just because I get older, and as you get older, roller coasters aren't fun to old people. Because I don't have good blood flow. And I might end up passing out. So I instead avoid roller coasters. I used to go to Six Flags there in California.
Yeah.
I would ride that one that would go up and down in circles, go around in circles.
Which one?
I think it was called the Snake. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
But it was fantastic.
I love that one. Yeah. I love the snake, you know? You're on it and you're like, wow, I might as well be in like, the Amazon or something, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just like a snake, except it's a roller coaster, right?
If I could get to the front of the line every time, I'd ride that thing a lot, but the waiting in line is kind of a drag. And the heat, when you're really hot and you got to wait in that line for a long time,
Talk about the heat in Florida. It's more humid, isn't it?
Yeah, really humid, really in the summer. But right now it's nice. But summertime, it was super humid. It would rain a lot, which I didn't realize in Florida. But it rains at night. Yeah.
How cool is rain?
Rain is great. My friend Jeff had a good song called "Rain Makes Me Wet." You ever heard
Oh
Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that song. That's a cool song,
It's a great song.
Rain makes me wet. Yeah, I know the song.
Great song. Yeah. That should be number one. That should be a gold record.
It probably is.
Somewhere. Yeah.
You want to play? Let's play another game. You want to play another game?
Yeah.
Okay, let's play another game. I'm going to play. Okay, ready?
Ready.
This is a cool game. I love this game. Okay, basically it's called Heads or Tails.
Okay.
I'm going to flip this coin, and I should set this up.
Right.
One side is heads,
Mm-hmm.
And that's the side that has the head on it,
Got it.
And then the other side it's not the head, so it's the tails.
Gotcha. You bet.
Okay, I'm going to flip it.
Answer.
You got to guess which one it is. I'm going to flip it. You got to guess which one.
In the air? Call it in the air?
You can call it right now if you want.
I'm going to call heads.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
It's heads.
How do I know?
I'll even show you. Look.
Let's see. Yes. I rarely win that. So does that give me the quarter? Can I have the quarter?
I don't know how to get it to you. I mean, I
Yeah.
could mail it, but they say don't mail man. They say don't mail money, right?
Right. I don't think, nobody would steal a quarter, though. You could mail me the quarter.
So I'll mail you the quarter.
All right, thanks. I wouldn't mail anything over a quarter. No.
Now you're in a movie with Tom Sizemore.
Mm-hmm.
What's he like?
Well, Tom. Tom is a great actor. I mean, he was in Private Ryan. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Tom's one of those guys that he's so intense. Like when we were doing a movie, Cellmates, I did with him, and he's so intense that he makes me intense when I'm acting with him. And he's one of those guys that just goes 100 miles an hour, and he brings everything to the scene. He brings everything to his acting.
What do you mean? Like he brings like a sleeping bag and like some tools, or like what do you mean everything? You have to explain that.
Yeah, I know that is a weird thing to say when he brings everything. I think sometimes people hold back maybe in scenes, but he never does. By holding back, I mean maybe kind of going through the motions and sort of not really, caring too much about the scene or anything like that. I'm not saying all actors are guilty of that, but they are. They can walk through scenes, and you've seen movies like that where you're like, that was boring. Anything Tom Sizemore in, you're never going to be bored. Like that guy. That guy's so intense that you can watch him for days.
So is he intense when he's off the camera too?
Yeah, I think he is. But I think obviously nobody can be that intense all the time.
Right.
That would be a little strange, but no, I mean he has his downtimes. But when the camera's on, he's a compelling guy to watch. That's why his career. I mean, he'll always work as an actor. He's fantastic.
What do you like better, acting or stand-up?
I like stand-up just because I'm finding the more stand-up I do, the more immediate reaction I have. If I do something good, I get that immediate reaction, and I find acting now is just standing around and kind of waiting for the lights to be done. And there's just a lot of standing around and waiting around that I really don't appreciate any longer. I used to be okay with that. But once I started doing more stand-up, I like the immediate reaction of stand-up. And then when you do the show's over in an hour or whatever it is, and you move on to the next one. And it's a lot better. Yeah. And then when you go back to acting, you're like, oh, I got to wait my trailer for 3 hours before I even say one word. So that's a little, So I guess I like stand-up. It's fun.
Have you ever slow jammed to the news?
No.
Come on, man.
I watch you do slow jam to the news. I've seen that. Yeah, that's great. I love that. Yeah.
I love it,
Come up with that concept. That's a funny concept.
I didn't,
Oh, you didn't?
No, somebody else did,
So,
no, I like these questions. I read these questions, Yeah. I didn't write any of these questions, to be honest with you. Some of these questions, I didn't write. All of them I didn't write, Most of these and all of these and some of these I didn't write,
Right.
Like this one. Let me read another one. Have you ever rented clothing and returned it with stains?
No.
Do you like my new laugh?
It's a good laugh, yeah. That's a new one. It's a little more drawn out. I like it.
Come on, man.
The new one? You got a new laugh. How long have you had that laugh? Is it just new?
I've been working on it for a while.
That's cool.
The first time I heard myself laugh like this, I was like, oh my God, no way,
Well, it's a distinct laugh. You're known for your laugh,
Let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
Which berry do you like better?
Berry.
Let me. I think I asked her. No. What's your favorite blue? Berry, raspberry, or balls?
Raspberry, I guess.
Oh, you just played it safe, man. Come on, man.
Safe answer, raspberries.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Let me look at this real quick because I can't even. Okay, let me ask you. This is another question. This is a question from Jeff.
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
No.
Okay, and if you did, would you ever consider naming your kids Wayne, Harry, or Speed? Come on, man. That's kind of funny, you know. That's an inside joke. That's an inside joke, you know.
It is.
But you can't get into it.
Wayne, Harry, or Speed? What?
Which one? Which one would you help? Which one would you help in a forest fire?
Harry, I guess.
Because he'd catch on fire easier.
Right. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Harry.
Okay. How about this? Pharaoh or barley soup?
As a kid's name?
No. Just to have.
Oh,
We're done with the. Well, no. Let me ask you. No, that's a great. Pharaoh or barley soup?
Pharaoh.
Maybe. What do you think of those two? Because if you put them together, if you put both those soups together, it'd be Farley soup.
Yeah, Farley soup. I like that.
That's pretty good, right?
That'd be a pretty thick potato kind of soup, right? Farley soup. It wouldn't be like minestrone or anything like that.
It would be in the sense that minestrone is also soupy, you know?
Yeah, and Farleys are soupy.
I got snot running from my nose. Can you tell?
Why? What happened?
I don't know what it is. You know, I think it's the elevation.
Oh, yeah? Where are you?
Like California.
Oh, yeah, you're up there in the mountains?
No, not really, no.
Down in the valley?
I'm in the valley, the elevation. Yeah. But does that make any sense? We're just having a good old time. I got one more game. I don't want to do it yet. But let's talk about. I want to talk about your cousin because this is unbelievable. I couldn't believe this when I heard about this. Your cousin is the CEO of Ford. This is not a joke. This is real.
No, he runs Ford Motor Company. Yeah, yeah. Jim Farley. Yeah, he's my first cousin. Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know. You know, there's some brains in the family somewhere. It didn't go on my side, but it. No, he was always working with Toyota for years, and then he went over to Ford, and then he just made his way up the ladder. Now he's running Ford.
So there's a ladder at Ford?
I guess corporate ladder. You know,
you mean not an actual ladder though, right?
No, I don't. They might have a ladder, but it's not used for the corporate reasons. Like people don't go outside and run up the ladder, and then the first one up the ladder gets the CEO job. That's kind of not the way it goes. Although that would be a lot better if people did that. But I think to climb the corporate ladder is kind of like you get promoted everywhere. That's what it means. It's not an actual ladder, but it's a metaphorical ladder. And he's climbed it.
When you were in, let's just say, high school, you know, and you're thinking about what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
Did you always want to be a performer, or was there things? What if you weren't a performer? What would you be doing for a living? You think?
You know, I don't know. Probably, I wanted to drive a truck. To be honest with you, and I know there's a trucking shortage right now, and that's the first thing that came to my head when I was a little kid. I wanted to drive a truck. I liked all the CB radios. Remember CB radios?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how old I am. And there was a lot of great trucking songs back then. Like remember Convoy? Remember that song Convoy?
No, go ahead and sing it though.
Convoy, break 19. I don't know.
No, that's
we
pretty
got
good.
a mighty convoy trucking through the night. We got a mighty convoy.
No.
Come on and join our convoy. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. We're gonna roll this trucking convoy across USA.
I'm in a truck. I'm driving down the road. Look at me. I'm in a truck. You know what I mean? I could have been in that boy band, man. Come on, man. It's like sometimes I get so excited I just want to cry, you know?
Yeah, I get it. You're an emotional guy. You're Irish. You know, you get emotional. No, I think I wanted to be a trucker, but then we got into this performing thing, stand up and everything else. I should have gone into Ford. Maybe my cousin would have helped me. But
Well, you could now if you want. I mean, it's wide open, right? He's a CEO.
I'd probably get a sales position at somewhere, but I don't know.
Who wants to do that? You're doing great, so you don't need to.
Fire right now.
What is?
My career.
Well, you're in Florida. Tell me more about Florida, because Florida has a ton of comedy clubs, though, right?
Yeah, it's got a lot of improvs down in Miami, and then there's a lot of different places to do comedy down here. Yeah, a lot of different places. It's smaller type clubs, but I love. And no, Florida's such a big state. There's a lot of people coming here all the time that, there's dinner theaters and all kinds of places to do comedy. I've had a ball.
Fantastic. I had a ball too. I had a blue ball. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Oh, wow. So you have any social media you want to plug?
My Twitter, I'm Kevin Farley at Twitter, and then I have a website, Kevin Farley Official. You can get all my tour dates on there.
Yeah. And you sell any merch?
Yeah, I sell T-shirts at my shows. Let's just say Farley on them and different kinds of stuff.
Cool.
You can get a bunch of merch on my website also. So.
Well, listen, it was an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I know Jeff was so upset that he couldn't interview him. You couldn't interview you himself. He's upset that he couldn't interview you, because he loves you, man. He thinks you're a great guy, and he has so many great stories. You guys are in where were you, in Minnesota or Mississippi or something like that?
Well, yeah, Jeff and I would travel together on, doing stand up, and we got a lot of road stories.
Yeah. So maybe I'll hear about one of those off camera, but I heard a little bit, something about a water moccasin, but we'll just hold off on that. You almost got eaten by a water moccasin, right?
Yeah,
come on.
Louisiana.
And then they tried to overdose you with what do you call it? Biscuits.
Biscuits, yeah. Want some biscuits?
You want some biscuits?
You want some biscuits?
That was just an amazing thing, I heard a little bit about it. I don't want to go into it too much, but maybe next time we could talk about it a little bit more. But
yeah,
Kevin Farley, it's so good to see you.
Hey, Jimmy, thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be on here with you. I really appreciate it.
Kevin Farley for the hour. I'm Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
This is The Jeff Richards Show. Catch The Jeff Richards Show at thejeffrichardshow.com. And also now on Patreon, you can sign up for Patreon to hear the full interview of this. And if you're hearing the full interview of this, you're probably on Patreon's patreon.com/thejeffrichards. Thanks again, Kevin.
Thank you.
Cool, man.
Hey, thank you, Jeffy.
Was that fun?
Oh, yeah, that was great. Was that okay?
Yeah, it was great.
Michelle's here. You want to say hi to Jeff? Oh, she's on the phone.
Guess who else is moving to Florida?
Who?
Oh, my God. Is it having to do with me?
Guess who?
1 second.
I don't know. I can't hear you. You are? No way. You're going to move here?
Wait.
Yeah.
No, we're married.
Where? Yeah, I told him. Yeah.
I don't know where. Maybe between Tampa and Orlando.
Wait a minute.
That's like a really bad area. No.
I know, but I could, maybe get a place. I don't know.
Come down to Fort Myers.
Hey, let me call you. I'm going to call you on the phone.
Okay.
Okay.